Hi guys, welcome to my channel Lush Foliage. I hope you guys are fine and are safe. So I thought that I'll talk about this beautiful flowering plant because a lot of time people tend to ask which is a flowering plant that can flower throughout the year in all the seasons. So here is the answer, and this is called as the geraniums, or some people call it as geraniums. Now I'm not very sure if this plant is readily available in other cities, because I've heard that in most of the cities this plant is very rare, and a lot of times the plant does not grow very well in other environment. But luckily in my city Bangalore, this is a very common plant. You'll find it in every household. You'll find them growing outside every house, every neighborhood. In my neighborhood itself there are like so many of them growing. Now this was a small little cutting that I had found. Yes, this plant can grow easily with cuttings as well. All you have to do is just find a nice stem, and when you cut the stem off, you can just put it into the soil, and within couple of weeks it starts to grow. Now this was hardly a 2-inch cutting that I had found on the road, and now you can see it's doing quite well. The only issue what I face is during the monsoons. If the water tends to stay on the flowers, they tend to break. As you can see, the flowers can easily get damaged if there is water that stays on the flowers. So during monsoons I do not have a good luck with them. Now during winters it's doing quite well because there hasn't been rains, but even now during the winters as well, it is raining a lot. So you can see there was a little bit of damage on the flowers. A lot of flower petals happen to fall because of the rain. So do not water on the flowers, just water in the soil. Do not even drop water on the leaves as well. Now sunlight is also a major thing. In a lot of places where the sunlight is very strong, do not keep it in direct sunlight, especially afternoon direct sunlight. So my plant gets around 3 hours of morning sun, and during afternoons it is not kept in direct sun because they cannot handle afternoon sun. A lot of times, depending upon your environment and climate, if your sun is little mild, you can probably give it a little bit more sun, but I only expose it to 3 hours, and that's more than enough for them to put out these beautiful blooms. Now what I have noticed is it is not very picky about the soil. It will grow in any type of soil. It grows in a soil that has less nutrients and less fertilizers as well. That's what I've noticed. That's why it's a very easy plant, and it's very common over here. A lot of people just grow it outside the house and don't even water it or don't even add any kind of fertilizers, and it still tends to do quite well. It also tends to store a little bit of water in the leaves and in their stem, but they are not completely drought tolerant, so you have to give them water, otherwise the leaves will start to fall. But in my city, as I said, it's a very common plant. I'm not very sure if it is available in other places. And plus about the flowering as well, in my city in Bangalore, it flowers throughout the year, whether it is summers, winters or monsoon. Even during monsoon it was flowering, even now during winters, and even during summers it was flowering. So in Bangalore, probably the environment or the climate is in such a way that it helps this plant grow very well. Now I'm not very sure about other south cities if it's readily available, but in Bangalore you will find it everywhere in nurseries. You don't even need to go to the nursery. You can just ask a cutting from someone, and that is more than enough. There are a lot of colors. Right now I only have this red, this color, and another pink color. But there are more colors. There are white ones as well, which is said to have a little bit of fragrance. This one does not have a lot of fragrance. I don't get any fragrance, but the white one is said to have a lot of fragrance. So as I said, the soil is very basic. You don't need to have like a very fancy soil. It will grow in pretty much any soil. I had just put the cutting in this. I don't even remember what soil was there in this. There's a lot of weed that is growing in this, but it started to do quite well, and I just left it over here. And watering, as I said, whenever you feel that the soil around 50%, 60% soil is dry, go ahead and water it. And if you tend to see a lot of yellow leaves, that indicates that the plant is getting dehydrated. And if you're going to give direct afternoon sunlight, the leaves will again start to get burnt. So give it a morning sunlight for around 2 to 3 hours. The flowers will also start to come out. And give it a good amount of bright light, indirect bright light. Do not keep it in a dark place, otherwise the flowers are not going to come. And what I've noticed is if it doesn't get a lot of light, the leaves tend to grow very big and it starts to stretch. So give it a good amount of indirect bright light. So that's all about it, guys. I hope that this video was helpful to you. If it was, please hit the like button, and if you're new to my channel, please consider subscribing to it. Until then, take care, stay safe and keep planting.